Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, please give us a 5-star review so we can continue to give you the ish that we talk. And now that is out the way, I will not act like I'm on AM fucking radio. What the fuck's the deal, all of you ugly motherfuckers? What's poppin'? I'm here with you. We here together. We gonna make this shit pop. Lindsay, what the fuck is going on? My dog.
Like, what will be a breaking point for you where you just like, you know what, I'm out?
All right. Yeah, so I was about to say this is where we asked the audience.
Yeah.
So
you already
said cheating, right?
Yeah. Cheating.
Okay.
So
Anybody
you're
else?
not giving a pass or nothing like that.
No. There ain't no way.
That's no way.
Do it once and do it twice. There ain't no way. You would expect yourself.
So it's like if it's just cheating for her, like, so is it cheating for you the same way too? Yeah. So like if you cheat, do you feel like I need to leave this relationship?
If I would ever cheat, I would leave you first. I would leave you first.
You such a gentleman.
I do what I do.
You such a gentleman. That shit don't happen in real life, but you such a gentleman.
Oh.
Anything else?
In the moment.
In the moment.
That's different. I wouldn't be in the moment.
So you wouldn't put yourself in the moment. I got you.
Yeah. Like, make it make sense. Like, cause what's the moment?
When I decide it's the moment, it's the moment.
Oh, okay.
If I never say to myself, like, I should probably get out of here.
So like, do the whole time you just like, oh no, this cool. This ain't. We just chilling. She just want to rub my back. That's cool. Ain't nobody tripping. It's like, oh, okay, okay, ooh, all right, you ain't gotta kiss my neck. That's okay. Cool. This is not the moment yet.
Not yet.
It's not the moment yet.
I didn't do it.
So it's like, now my pants is down. This is.
If she pulls them down.
Oh, this ain't the moment. This ain't the moment. This ain't the moment.
She did it.
This ain't the moment. So when is the moment? When you're done, you're like, oh. Yeah, this is the moment.
Just said, bro. I'm like, oh. I was supposed to go to the store. I was gone for 2 hours.
I had to go get my bro,
that's
right?
The moment, yep.
That's the moment.
That's the moment.
Okay, so that's your.
What you
So this is cheating for you. Like, if she cheats, oh hell no. But like, I just had to wait on the moment. Like, no. That's like the moment. That wasn't the moment. No, she sucked my d. I didn't ask for it.
I don't say the words.
It's like, no. I didn't know. You know when I feel something wrong, baby, I'm gonna just tell you the truth. When she was like, I was like, maybe it's time for me.
Ain't no restaurateur gonna run up on Keith Lee. Let's just end that shit right there. Y'all talk a lot of shit, but y'all not about to run up on. Ain't nobody about to run up on him, slap no food out his face, and tell him, bitch, what? Like, that's just not gonna happen to you in no way, shape, possible.
So Saucy Santana got in on it. He pretty much was like, tag me in. And he snapped on DJ Academics and told him to pull up. He was like, go to my page. We got all kinds of bookings. We outside. Come pull up at one of the bookings, and I'll beat your motherfucking
ass. Saucy Santana just doesn't look like the homosexual man that you gonna hit, and he looks like that dude off of Low Down Dirty Shame. He ain't about to grab his face and be like, "Oh, Bernard,
him, you slut, Bernard."
He about to beat the dog shit out of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And I'm laughing because it's gonna be so funny because you're gonna see a dude massively beating the shit out of a man with an open fist, and you're gonna hear bitch. What is the deal, all of you ugly mother. Nah, I ain't gonna say it. It's the We Talk, y'all. Check it out. This is me. I am the joint toting, black smoking, bad MO that you see in front of you. I am also with the world renowned traveler, the agent for hire to get you where you want to go to grow higher, never expire. I am with, you know, I gotta come up with something new every time. I am the sauce of all sauces when it comes to the boss of all bosses. Head bitch in charge. The lady that pushes the bells and the whistles. I say this all the time because it is true. The co-host, but also the master creator of this great podcast that we give you today. Please give a round of applause for Lindsay.
Hello. How's it going?
It is going. And again, this is the It's the We Talk. We already got some of the pleasantries out the way, but I always, when I catch it, will say, you can catch us on Twitch with the rest of my ratchet family.
Twitch is pretty ratchet. Yeah. I must agree. But it's a good ratchet.
I love them all.
Yeah.
I would never, don't ever change Twitch.
Right. Right. So, how's it been this past week?
This week has been all right. If you guys don't know, this is my birthday week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't celebrate my birthday. One, it has a lot to do with my upbringing. Two, it has a lot to do with my upbringing. I guess just putting it in both of those categories. I was raised not to celebrate my birthday. I also seen some things that made me not celebrate my birthday. But this is my birthday week. I have gotten a year older, so I am officially stomping in my goddamn 40s. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am stomping in this bitch. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? And I really love it because I am a 40-plus-year-old man.
How does that feel?
For me, I thought I was gonna be all fucked up because I was like, dang, I ain't accomplished this, you know, things of that nature. Like, I ain't even gonna lie, like, that shit was fucking with me. On top of, you know, a lot of things that I lost. And I realized the other day that none of that shit matters because I'm still breathing. And the only reason why it hit me like that is because I was like, I woke up and I was feeling like, woe is me, because like I didn't celebrate my birthday. I don't never celebrate my birthday, but this was like the first year I was never around anybody that was just like, oh, happy birthday, because I had a business trip that I had to go on. And so I went on a business trip, and the people that I was with didn't even know it was my birthday. So by the time I actually got home, I was like, dang, you know, I didn't really do anything. And like, I was like, oh man, is this what it's about to be? Like it's just gonna pass over and nobody's gonna acknowledge me. And like I got into that selfish way of thinking, and I never get into that. I never felt that way before about my birthday, but I started feeling real selfish. And then I went home and I kissed my baby, and he was asleep, and he smiled in his sleep when he felt me. And I was like, okay, all right, you tripping. Like, you know, it's all that old sad shit went smooth out the window. I was like, you tripping, nigga. Your son loves you. Like, and that's what really matters. You are loved by the people you're supposed to be loved by.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Dot. That's all it is. Ain't no bells and whistles. Don't nobody got to do that shit. I don't know why. I guess it's because you're getting older and you like somebody got to acknowledge it because I never gave a fuck about it. And then it started weighing on me, and then that happened, and I was like, "Yeah, fuck all that bullshit. I'm cool. I'm supposed to be doing what I'm doing. I'm glad I didn't let this shit fuck with me where I get into that mode where next year I'm gonna make an epic big deal out of my birthday because no, I don't have to because the people that love me will love me for period every day. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If it's my birthday, if it's fucking June 13th. He gonna love me anyway, and so that was that really made my birthday week like the best week.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But I will say this: like, if no other day to be selfish and to be like it's about me, like that's your birthday. So it's okay for you to be like it's about me.
Yeah, you supposed most people supposed to, but the things that happen on my birthday is the reason why I don't do it.
Right. And I get that. But you can also look at it like you celebrate your birthday for the people who can't celebrate theirs anymore. You know?
Yeah. You're right.
And that's a selfless way of being selfish.
You're right. I never thought about it like that. I'm gonna have to start doing that. Like I gotta make it. Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh Lord.
But how was your week so far?
My week was okay until this second one. I think somebody about to come get me.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
I think it's Legion.
But not listen. Hey man, dude, my nigga, stay away. You got to stay out of KC because these niggas. All right, these women will shoot you, nigga. I don't know what the fuck was going on in Atlanta. I don't know how that shit go down, but I know respectable women that have great jobs that'll put a fucking hole in your ass if you play them like that.
Whew, child. Lord have mercy.
I know women that'll go to jail with a smile on their face if they put a hole in your ass for the shit that
right.
you do.
It'll be like cheese.
Yeah. Real shit, cause fuck that. Hey man.
All right, should we just start getting into it?
You know what? I don't even want to. I don't want to get into that because I want to end everything on a cool note.
Okay.
I want to dive into the realistic things that are happening in the city right now, as far as what happened with the parade.
Okay. Yeah. So, update on the parade. They have charged, well, they have 2 people that they are going to charge with for starting the whole parade shooting. Should we say their names?
Yeah, because it's a public record.
Excuse me. All right. One of them is Dominic Miller, and the other one is where are they at? Mays. I just remember Mays.
What's the first name? Lillard?
Here we go. Yeah, Lindell Mays.
Lindell
Mays and Dominique Miller. Those are the 2 people that's going to be charged with murder. One of them was shot. So once he's released from the hospital, he will be arrested. And the other one, apparently they can't find. So I just found that out before the show. I thought both of them were in the hospital. But yeah. What are your thoughts on this? Because we found this out pretty much a week later.
My thoughts on this is gonna always be me. Listen, I don't never want to put a black man in jail. You know, I've said this countless times on this podcast, and I say this in real life, because I truly, honestly feel that me as a person, I ain't saying if they committed a heinous atrocity where things have to happen. Just me personally, I just never want to see a black man in jail. Same time I say that, I say this. All of us as black people are God body creatures, but even as a God body, every Bible tells you have to obey Caesar's law. And it could be, and when I say Caesar's law, is because I just grew up in America and we was taught Caesar's law and like other countries and whatnot. But you know, it is different ways that they say that. What they did was totally not abide by Caesar's law, and they got caught doing it, so they have to face judgment for it. My thing of it, all in a nutshell, is I believe in an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. If I was the family of the victims, and I could be wrong at this, but I'm honest to God, tell everybody, I would have tried my best not to even let you niggas even get to trial. Once I would have found out about it, it would have been known about y'all two niggas, but you two niggas would have been already gone. And that's just my opinion. Just because you took something that was supposed to be safe and joyous and turned it into a nightmare for a lot of individuals. If you guys was the ones that really did it.
Yeah.
Again, I know what I'm saying. I'm not going to be that kind. I'm not a super journalist. I didn't dig deep, so I can't say anything of that nature. But what I will say is, if what they're saying is true, you turned something that was supposed to be monumental memories, great days, shit that families can talk about for years. You turned it into a nightmare. You turned it into the Titanic. Like, it is never going to be a joyous occasion. The fucking Super Bowl parade of 2024 is always going to be a massacre.
Yeah.
And you did that. And because you did, if you did that, excuse me, let me not do that. If you did do that, you deserve everything that's coming to you. That includes the two teenagers that was with the shit. Again, if it comes out that they had no involvement of it, I will publicly apologize. But for right now, I want to address what you did was in white, I ain't gonna say white people, but you know, just in political terms, it was a heinous crime. But in nigga terms, you got everybody fucked up in the city, my nigga. You not only did you fuck up that, you fucked up future shit. You know how hard it is for people to enjoy themselves with certain things that's going on. St. Patty's is about to come up. They even thinking about canceling that shit.
I heard they did.
Okay, if they did, they did. Now check, you didn't ruin shit for a whole race of people.
The Irish like, now how I get in it?
Exactly. Like, well, how the fuck did I get drawn into this bullshit?
Right. Sidebar. Do they have St. Patrick's Day parades all over? Or is it just like us and a few other people?
It's the U.S., but the Irish people don't do it. Irish people laugh at us for doing that shit. Yeah, they laugh like a motherfucker. I got a one of my homegirls. Shout out to my dog. I ain't gonna mention her name because I don't know if she want to be mentioned like that. But her fiance is from Ireland, and they laugh at that shit.
What? So what? I guess this is like going left. But was Patrick, like St. Patrick, a real person or no?
I don't even know. I just know they the real Irish people know it's a bunch of bullshit because they like that's not their Independence Day.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's like we didn't. Yeah, that's not like y'all just threw that out there. I don't know what Irish people that was a part of this making it happen, but I know people from Ireland be like, okay, whatever. It is what it is. If y'all niggas want to celebrate it, celebrate.
Yeah, like whatever. Y'all want to drink and wear green and pinch people who don't, then have at it. But yeah, back to the story. Yeah, so I mean, we will definitely be watching this as it unfolds. But yeah. I had a feeling but I mean I said it wholeheartedly on this platform that them kids didn't do it. And they didn't do it. So
well, I won't say I won't say that because they're still in charge. So that means they're involved in some type of way. Either they was
but the charges don't have nothing to do with it.
And if they were, this is what I'm gonna say as a person that knows these type of cases. If you were there with these two individuals, say these teenagers was with this guy, and this teenager was with this guy, and they told what really actually happened. It's the same thing about being a driver when a nigga is a shooter. You still get charged with that murder.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I don't look at it like that. I look at them still keeping the charges because we all know KCPD is assholes and they're not dropping charges. So
not if you was there with him. I hate to say
especially
it like that for them teenagers. It was, you know what I'm saying? It's the fact that you was there with them. And if one of you niggas had the keys, then they gonna say you the getaway driver.
Yeah.
That's the cruel part about law, how law works for real. When they start rounding in motherfuckers, they don't know what I'm saying. Even though you didn't know nothing, you can say, I didn't even, unless you got a great ass lawyer, it doesn't matter to say I didn't have nothing to do with it. If you got a personal, public defender, and you said you didn't have nothing to do with it, they don't give a fuck about that. They're gonna make you take a plea anyway. Mm-hmm. Even though that wasn't your intention. But the thing is, all you niggas had guns on you. All of y'all had guns on y'all. So they're gonna charge y'all for that shit.
Yeah. Well, we will see how it unfolds. Yeah. But we knew they was gonna be working around the clock because this was it was international news. So yeah. But yeah, so I'm not surprised on how fast they got somebody charged with the actual shooting. So but yeah, yeah, if we find out any new stuff, we definitely will come back in and keep you updated on it as this story develops.
Yeah, this shit is tragic. For them teens that's going through this, man, I know y'all didn't even think that this was gonna get this far. And that one thing I want to say to the youth, I know I'm gonna sound and I'm laughing, but it's not funny. I really want to say to the youth, man, you really have to pay attention to the people that you're around, the influence that you're around, because if it is one of those things where they were with these two individuals, I want my teens or my young man and really just talking about it to really understand, if you're around somebody that you know is going to fuck up something that they had nothing to do with, you probably want to stop being around those type of niggas. Mm-hmm. It's just certain things. Like if you choose to be a part of this street life, and I'm just gonna 100% keep it real with you. I'm not a street nigga. This disclaimer before I say anything. I'm not a street nigga. But what I do know is, if you're a street nigga, you got to learn how to move really, really silently in order to make sure that everything around you is always going to be taken care of. even when you go to jail, like real street niggas don't go to jail loud. Like you really gotta, if you choose to be a part of certain things, man, you really have to learn how to move accordingly. And I hate that we're around a lot of young folks that is getting influenced by stupid ass grown folks. But my brother told me that a long time ago. I'll never forget when my brother got out the feds. The first thing he told me is, "Hey, it's only a couple of us real ones that's getting out. The rest of these niggas is getting out on pleas because they bitch ass niggas. They know what I'm saying. It's a lot of niggas that was hoe ass niggas is getting out of jail now that motherfuckers are gonna listen to, because they coming out of jail, so they feel like they got some type of credit or warrant to them."
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Man, listen, I served all my time. He not only did he serve all this time, he served the extra 2 years." Just because of some shit that went down in there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The rest of these niggas that cop a plea and getting on, if you cop a plea and get 5 and get out in 3, nigga, you doing some fuck shit. And a lot of these niggas is following these type of niggas. And I'm not a street nigga, but I'm not afraid of you niggas that do that shit. I can 100% say that. Because I know what I would do if I was in your shoes, nigga.
Yeah,
100% say that. Like, I'm not afraid of you niggas. A lot of you niggas are coming out on some fuck shit, and y'all got these young men being on fuck shit. So I don't have no respect for you.
Yeah. Yeah, times have changed. It's pretty unfortunate. But let's move on from that.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
To the fuck shit that has hit the internet over the past week. And that is courtesy of, what's her name? Risa,
whatever.
Yeah.
What's up, Risha? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call you that.
Risa. Yeah, one of them. That is courtesy of her and her TikTok and her life. And boy, did she have a time in COVID or in the pandemic. Jeez Louise. So, if you have been living under a rock, I know it's like cliche to say, but it is so freaking true because everybody has been talking about this over the past week.
Well, I won't say that. I just say, hey, if you don't have social media, or you don't be on your social media like that, you have no idea the fuckery that has been going on for the past 5 days.
Yes, absolutely. Tully is watching. She says, "Hey, Ish Talkers. Hey, Lindsay and Lily. Hey,
what up? What up?"
Yeah. So, Miss Lady put out a series on TikTok called "Who the Fuck Did I Marry?" And we are all questioning, who the fuck did you marry?
Yeah.
So he says, let's get into some things, honey. Yes, absolutely. We are getting into these things. So Miss Lady, she got on TikTok and she first put out a video which, summarized her relationship with this man. And it caused so much of engagement that people wanted to know like details. Because what she explained in that video was like, OMG. So she comes back, she makes another video, and she gives a disclaimer and explains what she's going to do going forward. And she was going to make a playlist of videos discussing in detail her relationship with her ex-husband. She met this man in the beginning of March 2020, which we all know March is the month that the world shut down in America, basically. Because everybody shut down before us. So
did. Wow.
Yeah, so by the end of the month we were shut down. So yeah, she met him at the beginning of March, and March of 2020, and by January of 2021 they got married. By by June of 2021 they were divorced. So yeah, so she puts out this video saying, okay, this is what she's gonna do. She's gonna make this playlist on TikTok. This playlist consisted of 50 videos.
50
videos. And
50. Like, I can't emphasize that enough.
Right.
Lord.
Yes. And I watched every video. And I was not the only one. This series took off so tough that she has millions of views on each video. I watched it on YouTube because some people condensed the videos into hour and a half videos on YouTube. They did the Lord's work with that, and it helped me. It helped me watch it, but yeah. So she did these videos, and she went into detail on how she met and married and divorced this liar, and that's a complete understatement. Like, everything about this man was a lie. Everything. Down to people dying. And that's pretty sad. Tohi says, I refused to download TikTok, so I got lucky and found it on YouTube as well. What was wrong with nigga? LOL. Why was he limping? Bitch, private citizen, I was done. All of that.
Listen, before we get into this, I will say I have to say this. Because as a man, I want to kind of clarify a lot of things for men in this. Nobody is downplaying a man, period. And whenever when we go forward with this, like, because a lot of niggas, I know a lot of niggas is so masculine, they still try to find like the reason into this nigga's madness. What I want you niggas to realize, and especially what I'm gonna say, we can't be defending everything. Like, it's
right.
It's some shit that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's some shit that I'm gonna totally advocate for men on, and then it's going to be some shit that I am not going to agree with. With that being said, you go ahead about your business.
Yeah. Yeah. That's that nigga. Like, he does not represent men as a whole. However, that motherfucker got me scared. Shook if. I don't know if I'm coming or going, and the shit didn't happen to me. But the shit was scary as hell watching these videos. So basically, to condense the long story that she gave, she met this man in March of 2020. She met him on Facebook dating, but she also paired with him on, I think, Hinge as well. They talked, but then they agreed to meet, and they were gonna go out to dinner. On her way to dinner, she caught a flat. She called him and told him, "Hey, I caught a flat. I'm at this gas station, about to, get it fixed or whatever." And so then he was just like, "Where you at? Blah blah blah." He comes to where she is. That's how they initially met in person. He changed her tire, and told her to follow him to a tire spot and bought her a tire. She's one of those women that is not used to men, catering to her, especially financially. So that really impressed her. So also, they ended up going out to eat dinner or whatnot. Of course, he paid for it, and they hit it off. Now the world is about to shut down. So they, after only knowing each other for a couple of weeks, decide that they are going to quarantine together. He has a studio. She has a 3-bedroom, 2.5, 1-car garage townhouse. Who do you know has a 3-bedroom, 2.5, 1-car garage townhouse?
In Atlanta.
No, I'm saying, who do you know personally that has that?
I know a couple of people that got that.
Yeah, that's why I'm scared. So
yeah, wasn't putting you out there,
right? When she said that shit, I was like, but anyway, so yeah, they decide to quarantine at her house. He lets his studio go. He didn't tell this lady that he is a vice president of a company. I forgot what kind of company, but he's supposed to be this vice president of the company. He's supposed to be making all this type of money, which initially she didn't question because he's paying for everything. Like, he's paying the rent, all the bills in the house. She's able to stack her money. Like money is not necessarily an issue. He didn't tell this girl that he didn't move from San Diego, and he has the studio because he's looking for a house to purchase.
Hold on before you finish.
Okay.
Because I want to clarify things. Listen, as a because I know a lot of dudes gonna be like, "Damn, you took the time to go through that." Yes, I did, nigga, and I don't give a fuck. Because I'm a stickler on what people say. So I got to clarify things. He told her he was an operations manager first.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. So he got promoted to VP.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah, so he said that the reason why he was in the studio was because he had just moved from San Diego, and he was trying to purchase a home in Atlanta. He showed her a paper that showed him being pre-approved for like $750,000 for a home. So she didn't really have no reason to question what he was saying, Then he drove a 2018 Taurus. He had a reason behind that too. Because he had some type of BMW in San Diego, but he got into a car wreck and it got totaled, and he just had to hurry up and buy something when he came to Atlanta. So he supposedly paid cash for this Taurus. But anywho, he was supposed to get like a company car. And I'm bringing up all this stuff because everything I said thus far is a fucking lie. From him living in California to him being an operations manager, to him being promoted to VP, to him having a company car, to the reason why he has a studio, to the reason why he has the Taurus, him being pre-approved for a $750,000 loan. He also told her that he used to be a arena football player. And he had saved his money from when he played arena football, and he had money in an offshore account. He had money in a savings account. He had money in his Chase account. He also said, what else? He said a lot of shit. But yeah, You get the point. So literally everything I just ran off was a lie. It ended up coming out. Another thing that he would do, he was committed to his lies. So much so they was hiring realtors to have them show them places. Every time they found something that they really liked, he would sign an agreement for an offer. He was going this far with a lie.
All right, so let's stop right there. So we can give people context into this. So check this out, y'all. This man had told her that he had got approved for like what $750,000 for a house.
Mm-hmm.
He told her this. She said, and I quote through these videos I've seen, do you have enough money to pay for a $750,000 house? Because I don't. That's when he started telling her about the arena football, that he had invested in some money. He invested some of his money and it paid out for him. And so he has enough to take care of things like that. So she was all for it. She didn't question it. One thing I will say about her is a lot of women nowadays would be like, nah, she was a pick me or she did this without questioning shit. If you were dealing with a real man, you don't have to question a goddamn thing. And she thought she was dealing with a real man. So she didn't feel the need to question that shit. In the process of doing that, she had seen over 25 houses with this man. Out of these 25 houses that she seen, it was a couple of them that she liked. It was a couple of them that she didn't like. Either way, none of this shit was going to go into fruition because he was lying the whole time. It started to become prevalent for her when it was a house that they really wanted, that she was thinking she was waiting on them to call her, and she found out that the house was off the market.
Mm-hmm.
When she found out the house was off the market, that's when she called to see what was going on, and they had let her know that someone had purchased the house, and she was talking about her and her soon-to-be husband at the time was trying to purchase it, and it was any way they could still see the house, and it was already purchased. Now, at the same time, this is where I would say she completely fucked up, because now she knows this man is lying. This man for weeks straight lied to her, and she knew the truth. She knew that that they couldn't purchase this house. She knew it, and she still allowed him to lie.
Yeah.
To fit her narrative of she was about to be married. So she agreed with the lie.
And on top of that, she was pregnant.
Yeah.
So she's one of those people that wants the whole, I want to be married, I want to have a kid, you know. And initially she was supposed to be waiting on God. And she thought this was her time until all the red flags came about. And then she was just basically like, you know, God is taking too long. You know, so she ignored some of the red flags. Then she turned around and got pregnant. So once she found out that this shit was a fucking lie with the houses and stuff like that, she had a choice to let it go or let him go. She chose to let it go. So yeah. And she will tell you, you know, she said it several times in this series that like some of this stuff, I'm gonna tell the truth, but it's gonna make me look bad in the process, and that's just what it is.
And
you know
because I want to say this, it 100% is what it is, because when it's all said and done, the rest of the shit that happens to her, yes, it is crazy, but 100% sure, I would never ever lie on this or act a certain way this to try to give anybody the benefit of the doubt. Everything that happened to her after that was 100% her fault.
Yeah. It's just, it is her fault because she knew and she chose to ignore. You know what I'm saying? That's where her fault is. But her thought
that's not me saying what she went through wasn't tragic.
No.
Or horrible what she went through, because everything that she went through was horrible and tragic.
Yeah, 100%. But what was I about to say? Yeah, it's her fault because she ignored the signs and she continued to deal with this man when she could have got out.
Yeah, and these are blatant signs.
Yeah, but in the same breath, I don't fault her for her thought process on why she was basically ignoring the signs. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get to a point where you just gonna take what you can get. Excuse me. And there may be like a red flag or two that you feel like ain't that big of a deal that you can just ignore. But these were so big. And he had, and like every time she confronted him about a lie, he had an excuse. You know what I'm saying? And I don't understand why she just didn't, because she didn't do background checks or try to check on things in the beginning. And it just got to the point where when she did ask him about stuff, she let him lie to her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she knew it was a lie. But she would just move on with life. You know what I'm saying? And Tohi says all this was going on before they even got married. Yeah. Right. And then she was God-fearing. Yeah.
Yeah. See, my thing with that is this.
Yeah, she explained everything away. Yeah.
My thing about that is this. I get it. With her explanation of everything, I get it. I get it because I grew up around a bunch of women, so I kind of understand and empathize with certain things she was going through. My thing about that is the women that I know, that I grew up with, that I love, my sisters, my aunties, friends of the family, all that I know have went through turmoil with a nigga. You got some and I can just totally be 100 with this. You got some stupid ones. But you, ma'am, are not stupid.
Yeah.
You wasn't stupid before, and you decided to go with that because as you said, you wanted to be your turn. And I get it. I 100% get, especially women that has been through shit with niggas, or men just in general, and they didn't pan out the way they wanted to. I get you wanted to make it your turn. But he gave you 100% legitimate signs that this is not right. And you chose to move forward. I understand, like you said, you were pregnant, but you were scared and nervous the whole time of that pregnancy, which was detrimental, you know what I'm saying, to you and the baby at the end of it.
Yeah.
And so you got to understand that, in the world, I just the people that are watching, I really want y'all, because I'm not condemning this lady at all. At all. I really want to 100% say this, man. What she went through was crazy, and I don't condone sucker ass nigga shit like that at all. But you knew at one point that this was bad, and you chose to be bad. You chose that. In the immortal words of what is Steve Buscemi in Boardwalk Empire, You make a lot of noise for someone who thinks they're a good person.
Mm-hmm.
But a good person wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah. 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 Them are some true words right there. Them are some true words. Yeah, like, because you do feel for her. You do feel for her. And she does take responsibility for her part, you know. Let's see. So he says, the whole time I was listening to the story, I noticed she never talked about the sex. Not that it mattered, however, what kept you around for real? I noticed that as well because my mind went there. My mind goes left quite often, but my mind
That
went
ain't
there.
a left. Oh, let's just end that. That ain't a left. That's
Well,
natural
right.
for a motherfucker to be like, damn, is the nigga fucking you right?
Right. I was like, what is, like, seriously, what is it? Just an update. He has been found out. And he has come out and, lying again, talking about he went to Netflix headquarters, but the picture that he showed was from Netflix in Singapore. So the motherfucker's just gonna lie, and more lie. But yeah, I went through his Facebook page yesterday, and he be lying in his pictures. Cause some pictures is like, okay, you're not bad looking. I can see why she would, look twice at you. Other pictures, I was like, hell no, that can't be the same person. But Tohi says it couldn't have just been because you wanted it to be your time, quote unquote. It may have also been the D. Yeah.
I won't say it was the D, only because, again, I'm a stickler on what people say. So I really was watching this shit. And after they got married, they stopped having sex and she still stayed.
She still stayed 3 weeks after.
Yeah.
That's my question, because I'm like, what made you stay up to the point? You know what I'm saying? Like, up to the point, because you got pregnant. Unfortunately, you lost the pregnancy, and then the red flags were all over the place, and you still was there, even though now you don't have that tie no more. You know what I'm saying? So what was it that made you not only stick around, but marry him? Because the D stopped 3 weeks after they got married. So was the D that good up until that point?
Nah, I'm gonna keep it totally 100 with you and tell you my opinion about this.
Okay.
And my opinion about this is it never had anything to do with the D. It had everything to do with she thought that she was going to live the life that she always wanted. She thought financially he can take care of this. And so she was willing to sacrifice not fucking because the money was good. Because again, he was taking care of everything. Like she said in her own words, her money was her money.
I don't think it was about money though.
I do. I 100% do, because when I listen to people, she said as a person that grew up on welfare, he looked like he was taking care of everything. And for the most part, he was taking care of everything. Yeah. She's never had any man to take care of the house bills. Never.
Right. And I don't feel like that's the only thing though. I feel like that was part of his love bombing. And that was part of his MO, to not have you question about his extravagant lies when it comes to money. Because of the fact that you can take care of the household. That means you have some type of money. That way I don't have to question that you're getting the money from a job. You know what I'm saying? So, because like
I get what you're saying, but you have to think about and the only reason why I say this is because again I listened to what she said. She was she is a God-fearing woman. They didn't have sex in the initial first couple of weeks they were even dealing with each other, and then they moved out. I think sex happened eventually after they moved in with each other, and I don't think that was even an issue with her.
I don't think that that's abnormal.
I don't think that's abnormal either. I just think that wasn't an issue for her. I think she's not a person that like randomly just sneaks off and fucks niggas. So whoever she was having sex with, it didn't. It was always gonna be on her terms anyway. So her waiting.
But I don't think she's the one that stopped the sex.
I don't think she was either. I'm saying that I don't think it was a big issue, and that's why it was easy for it to be cut off. I don't think the D had anything to do with it. I think it was the financial security that she seen.
But when you love somebody, dick ain't the only thing that's gonna keep you there. I feel like at this time she was in love with him. You know what I'm saying?
I think we're getting crossed because I do believe that 100%. I do think she loved him, but she loved him before for the financial aspect that she thought it was. I don't. It had nothing to do with the sex.
I think it was everything though.
It was he made her feel special. He made her feel like she was wanted, and financially he was taking care of everything. I don't think it was the D. I don't think it had anything to do with the D. Because you can mentally make somebody have an orgasm. That's just.
I don't think that was happening, but
I just think mentally she was busting nuts all the time because he was taking care of things financially. He was always showing up, being there. Like she thought she found her person. Like she thought that. I don't think the D was. I think the D was irrelevant because the other points matter. Like the shit that women be saying on podcasts. I think Risha actually was living like all these check marks he's checking off for me. I don't even give a fuck about the dick.
Yeah.
Truth of the matter was all that shit he was checking off was a lie.
Right. And you're not even getting hit.
And you're not getting hit. That's why it ended up being what it is. I mean, if you put it in and if you put it in the format that I just put it in, that's why it's coming out like it's coming out. Yeah. Because not only am I scorned, I didn't even get good dick at the end of the day.
Well, it could have been good. It could have been cool. We don't know because like the main focus, like she never really focused on that. You know what I'm saying? Like it was
furthermore lets you know because she didn't even talk about the intimate part of it. Yeah. Because these are things she remembers full-heartedly, candidly. She can say this shit because she remembers it. You know what she ain't talking about? The shit she don't remember, and that was the fucking. She just remember how emotionally, sexually he was to her. Yeah. Like emotionally, he was doing everything he needed to do.
Right. And I think that's his game. Because you know, you get a typical homosexual. They living off of you and they ain't really contributing like that. You know what I'm saying? So he made it his business not to quote unquote live off of her, even though he was living in her residence. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of like flipped the game on its side because you couldn't really be like, well, he's a bum because he's not. But that played into his lies. That was all a part of his lies because you can't say that you the VP of somewhere and you not paying the rent. You know what I mean? And then you know, she's the quote unquote strong black independent woman that can do it all by herself. So when somebody is like, you ain't gotta be the strong black woman all the time, let me do it. Of course she's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was all a part of his plan.
It was all a part of it. You know the
All
thing
a
that I
part of
hate about this ain't even a sidebar. I was about to say it's a sidebar, but nah, it just plays in reference of it. I always hated niggas that jaded good women.
mm-hmm.
Um, Especially when I was out here. Like when I was out here, like doing my thing, like I used to hate when women used to tell me crazy at, because I didn't want to hear that shit. Not that I didn't think that they plot was real, but once a woman got to talking to me about some crazy shit that a nigga did, I just stopped fucking with them because I knew they wasn't gonna trust me. Period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I ain't got time for that type shit. And I used to hate them type of niggas. I used to be like, damn, boy, motherfucker. I remember a bitch told me about a nigga. And she was fucking with a nigga. She got a car. Put him as, I guess the lease or the co-owner of the car, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They end up getting into it or something, and then like he took the car, drove it, wrecked that motherfucker. Wow, fuck that shit up. And then because he had the insurance on it, he got the money for it. And fuck that bitch, she was just out of a car with 3 kids. And I was like, damn, these niggas is wild out in these streets.
Wow. Tully says, dude has a condition, man. I think she was more in love with the idea of being married, having a house, had a household, etc. She wanted it to be her time. I agree. She was definitely in love with all of that, and she was in love with him. I feel like she was in love with him too.
I truly
But
believe she was in love with him. I truly believe she was in love with him, but I don't think that she was in love with him. Because I just look at it as at one point, yeah, he's a habitual liar. He's fucked up. He doesn't have the power to love. And at the same time, she was flawed. She was scarred, and her love, her love part was, she was so caught up in this nigga can financially take care of me because he's never been financially taken care of.
yeah.
So that, you know what I'm saying, that gave her that was the cheat code that he used.
Yeah, that definitely was the cheat code. But I feel like honestly, it was more about her than anything. And that's why the whole idea of being married, having a house, had a household, like what Toby said, I feel like that's what it was at the end of the day. Because I feel like it could have been anybody, insert any person, and they could have been half of a liar, and she still would have ignored it if he was there. Mm-hmm. You know, at least paying, if he was there paying half the rent. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. Because he's there and he's able to, or quote unquote able to, give you what you feel like you want, and you feel like it's your time to have instead of waiting on God's time. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it could have been anybody that would have got her.
It could have been, but I real want to. I do want to say this though. From again, I'm a stickler with what people said. She's one of those people to be like, in her story, she was like, had I known, I would have never did this, or I would have never did this. Her problem is she dealt with a liar. If she dealt with a man that kept it real with her and told her it was certain things that they went through and they wasn't doing that no more. If he was paying half of the bills and doing whatever, they could have built, they could have did whatever, and she would never be having this story. Her thing is she put too many speculations on what she wanted as a man, and that's just my opinion. Because I ain't saying you can't be a woman and say, I don't want no felon, or I don't want no man that works this, or I don't want that. But sometimes I always I'll say with anybody, I be wanting people to be open about certain things, especially when you are single, because you never know who can help you build.
So when you say be open about things, what things are you referencing?
Just in her issue, she was like, I would have never dated no man that had a record. Just because I got a record, that you got to check the background. That record could have been 20 years ago. I know what I'm saying. I didn't move 20 years past that, and I'm on another level. Some speculation shouldn't always be there. Now if it's just a year removed, or it just happened, I can get you being on that. But when you get on the level of, I don't want to date a man that has this, this, and this, and this, and you at a certain age, you have to look at when that shit happened to that man and look at what that man is doing now.
Okay.
But that's if a man is being honest with you. Again, ladies, I'm not saying niggas don't be full of shit, because niggas be full of shit. But if a nigga can actually tell you the truth and really want to move forward, because there's some niggas, I not to be on no toot my own horn. It's some niggas that tell motherfuckers the truth, man. Some niggas say, hey man, this is what it is, and this is what, you know what I'm saying, this is what you in for.
Yeah.
If you willing to ride this ride, I'm gonna try my best to make sure you good. A lot of niggas don't do it, but it's all on it's all on who's willing to tell the truth.
Yeah. But that's the thing, because you just really don't know. So it's like are we in a day and age that we are really going to have to just do background checks on everybody? Just can't trust a single soul.
I ain't saying you can't trust nobody, but I think doing background checks on people is it's not bad. I don't think that shit is wrong at all.
So how deep do you, like, if you were still out there, if you were still outside, how deep do you think someone should be checked? Like what like, are you just gonna do like a social media check? Are you going to pay and get like an extensive criminal record? Are you going to do credit checks? Like, how deep do we need to go with these checks? Because obviously we're in a day and age where we can't just take people's word for things now.
Well, for me, I can honestly say, I don't mind whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, both of these things are our choice. You know what I'm saying? If you do an extensive background check on me and you found out anything that you feel flawed about me and you don't want to move forward in it, when I was out here, okay, I respect that and I move on. Like, I'm not about to be on that. I'm not gonna be that kind and try to convince you of anything, nor am I going to explain some shit that happened in my life. Certain things that happened in my life, if whatever you read, I always say I don't explain shit. Whatever you read is 100% true. I don't even want to go through that shit, because one thing on my record that you are never going to see is I violated children, I murdered somebody, or I was a fucking snitch. So I don't have to explain any fucking thing to nobody. But again, that's just me. So if you decide to look up anything, you know what I'm saying, about me, I don't have a problem with. The difference is a lot of people need to just take accountability of whatever, you know what I'm saying, they were in. And I will take accountability for everything that I've ever been in. What I won't do is explain it, because I feel like I don't need to.
Why do you feel like you don't need to?
I don't need to explain it because if anything that I was involved in, it's public record, especially if it was a legal business. It was public record. What I don't want to do is go into details about it. I don't have to. That happened. It's over. Let's move on from there. You know, a lot of people A lot of people don't take accountability for that. And that's what gets people flawed. They try to make explanations for certain things. Just admit to it. Yes, that's what it is. Yeah, I got caught with that. I did that. I did that. Well, it says you won't, you won't, you won't. Okay, yeah, that's what it says. Well, what happened? Ain't no. What do you mean? What happened? What did it say? What does it say right there? Because you're just gonna leave it just like that. My people's always told me, always leave things for what it was. Like if someone wants to dive deep into that shit, I don't think that's the person you need to be around. That's not your friend. Because your mama don't even want to know all that business.
Yeah.
So why do they want to know all that business?
I don't know. Have you ever done backgrounds on somebody you were dating?
I've never done backgrounds on somebody I was dating, but somebody I was dating did a background check on me. That's how I know a lot of shit about my shit is flawed. Because the shit you can look up in the public, they say that I lived in like some podunk town in Texas. I'm like, I ain't never.
How extensive was the background check on you?
What she said was public record, so it was like houses that I lived in for the past 5 years, phone numbers that I had, shit like that. If I had any warrants or anything like that, if I ever had like if I ever did time or was convicted of anything, and most of the shit that I ever did is like was like minor. So yeah, she looked up all that shit.
So did she tell you how long after y'all started doing whatever y'all was doing before she was like, let me do this check?
No, the person that I'm talking about, we never even once she had told me about that, that didn't turn me off. We just end up just not talking again. And maybe it was because of the person that I was, but we end up not talking to them. But she did let me know. I never forget. I think I was like maybe like 31 years old, and she had told me that shit, and I was like, damn, okay, whatever. And she was like, yeah, you don't have it, and you've never been convicted of no felonies, but you got like such and such and such. And I'm like, yeah. And she started asking me about why I was doing so, like, why was you doing this, and why was I'm like, because I was young, like I didn't know what to, know what I'm saying, like I didn't know if she wanted like a spiel, like, yeah, back in 1996 I started, like I didn't know what the fuck was going on at that point, so I was just like, shit, yeah, it was kid shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was like we talked a couple of times after that. We were supposed to meet up at like I forgot the name. It was like Ice Bar. It's something over there by Buffalo Pizza on over there on the west side. But we end up not going. I went, but I ended up leaving because she was talking about she was gonna be 30 minutes late, and I was like, yeah, I gotta go. And I ain't never talked to her after that.
Okay. All right. So that kind of didn't have nothing to do with the check, because you were still going to pursue her.
Yeah, I didn't know because my life, I already told her, I already told her what type of person I was. She chose the I guess the right, I guess, to like look all that shit up and then ask me questions about it. And that still didn't stop me because I was just like, yeah, whatever, You're trying to make sure that I don't molest kids. Like, I get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers is weird out here.
Yeah.
But like, I know what I'm saying. We just stopped talking just because, like, like I said, she was gonna be 30 minutes late, and I was like, well, I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't about to be sitting here waiting 30 minutes. and
You
we
can
never
run a
talked about that.
whole battery on me, but you better not be late, bitch.
Yeah, like that was crazy. For me, that shit was crazy. I ain't saying everybody should do that, but I'm saying for me, I was like, nigga, that's dumb as a motherfucker. Like, I'm not about to wait 30 minutes on a motherfucker that shit looked me up quick.
Yeah. Look up and I'm gone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was like, nah, I'm out.
Right.
I'll be there in the nah, you ain't gotta worry about it. Don't even show up.
Right.
I'm about
Right.
to
Don't
go.
even trip. Yeah. You know, before I had the ideology that, you know, I don't want to be that intrusive with nobody. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. You know. I don't want to, cause I don't want nobody to do that to me, to be honest. Don't look that shit up and get to asking me why I was running numbers with Macaroni and Tony back in '99. Cause I needed to. Like, who the fuck was gonna pay you senior dues? Not you. You weren't there. Nah, I'm playing. But
I 100% understand though. I understand. And and I don't got no crazy criminal record. Y'all can look all that shit up.
Yeah,
I think I got like a DWI charge, a possession charge, and I think that's it. I got caught up in like some bullshit ass murder charge, but I was just a suspect, and I did whatever I had to do. I got lost in the system, and then they let me go. Like,
yeah, I got one mugshot, and I have tried to find it and cannot. And so, if somebody were to do a background on me, and you find my mugshot, let me know because I want to see it. Might put it on a t-shirt. I don't know. But yeah. I mean, like, you legit ain't gonna find nothing because I don't be doing shit. But if you do a background check, you do a background check. But yeah, I just feel like it's a bit intrusive. I don't want nobody to do that to me, but I understand the times that we're living in now. And you kind of have to do that with folks because you can't be too trusting, you know. You know, the red flags, she saw them, they were all there. She knew that motherfucker was lying. I just felt like once she got to doing background checks and shit like that, it was like confirmation.
right.
You know? Excuse me. But I look at it as a cautionary tale. It's unfortunate, you know, excuse me. Of course we're not going to run down the whole story because it's pretty long. But you know, she ended up getting a divorce. She put him out. It was very eventful. When she told the story about when she put him out, he was like he was ill, and there was something going on with his knee. He claimed it was an old football injury, but that was a lie. So she never found out what the issue was exactly with his knee. But it got to the point where he was in so much pain that he stopped eating. And so he started to lose weight. And then he moved into the guest bedroom. And he was being real trifling in the guest bedroom. I'll just say that. And she found that out when she went in there to put him out. And
Niggas on that Howard Hughes shit.
Yeah. It was gross. So he called his aunt and while he was talking to his aunt was saying, hey, she put me out. I don't know why she put me out. I ain't never lied to her, blah, blah, blah. And that is what sent her over the edge. Because she was calm up until that point. And so she was about to kill him. And she said, while she's telling the story, she said the whole Kansas City Chiefs team wouldn't have held me back. The whole Falcons team wouldn't have held me back. And I was like, should the Chiefs looking at this like, what I got to do?
Yeah, man, listen. We ain't got nothing to do with that
Right.
fuck shit you got going on. Like,
Right.
yeah.
Ain't nothing to do with nothing.
But Atlanta Falcons too. The Atlanta Falcons like, hey man, bitch you. Hey.
Right.
What you doing?
Like, and we ain't got nothing to do with that goddamn story. Like, hey, shouty, you ain't got nothing to do with that.
Yeah, hey, cut that shit out, folks.
Right. But yeah, so like she said she was about to kill that motherfucker. He had to go, which understandable because she didn't live a year and a half with this motherfucker. Well, at that point, it was like a year of him lying. So, told he wanted to say it for me. Because I didn't want to say it. So,
drinking Powerade and pissing in the bottles.
Gross. So,
all right. So, I will intervene on this and I will like say, just because we're not going to talk about everything, let's skip to, okay, she punked this nigga basically. Got this nigga up out the crib. This nigga get up out the crib. You know, she signs up for these divorce proceedings. She meets this nigga because he's ducking and dodging. And she meets this nigga at UPS, and then that's where you can start.
Okay, so yeah, first when he left town, because he was originally from Philly, when he left the house, he left town and went to Philly and told them a lie on why he broke up, but they didn't even told his family a lie on why him and his wife broke up, but they didn't even know that he was married. So one of his cousins found her on Facebook, and she ended up having a conversation with the cousin, and she found out what was real, what was fake. Then she ended up talking to his brother, who she's never talked to before. He told her even more what was real and what was fake. More bullshit. But then she ended up getting a hold of him. By this point, he was in Augusta. So he had I think he like graduated in Augusta, graduated high school or whatever. So he knew people in Augusta and whatnot. So she drove to Augusta to meet him at a UPS store to sign the papers for the divorce. And they signed it and notarized it out there and whatnot. When she saw him, when he got out the car, not only had he been losing weight, but he had been living in his car. So where's the money from the offshore accounts and the savings accounts and all this type of stuff? You know, now it's like the real is coming out that this man is destitute, you know. So he didn't even have money to eat. She ended up giving him like $4 to go get some chicken nuggets. So that unfortunately wasn't the last time that they conversed, because he started like stalking her.
All right, so hold on, I'm gonna stop you right there.
Okay.
And I'm gonna rewind back, because this is the thing that was blowing people's minds. And so when I was listening to it, okay, so now see that she said this nigga's living in his car. All this the whole time he was taking care of bills, doing all this whole extra. He kept on saying he invested his money wisely with arena football, which he never played.
Mm-hmm.
And he kept on showing her statements of he had money here, money there, savings accounts, things of that nature.
Mhm.
This is what he's showing her. She don't know that this is a total lie. Even though she knows he's a liar, he is still showing her statements where money is. And then I'm gonna let you continue after that.
Oh yeah. So she started doing her Googles, and she found out that everything that he showed her, you can Google it. You can Google image it. So like a bank statement that he would show her, she went and did like a reverse something on Google, and there was the image. Um, all kinds of shit she found out that he was lying about because he was just pulling up pictures off of Google and would show her. There was one point where they was going to counseling, and even they went to counseling with a pastor and a pastor's wife, and even in counseling, the pastor's wife was like, "Y'all not gonna make it. I don't see this happening." And they supposed to look at shit with the glass halfway full. They're supposed to try to make things work. But yeah, the pastor's wife was like, "Yeah, no." Then yeah, he started stalking her after after both of them signed the papers or whatever. He started stalking her, so she had to block him. Then he ended up because it was real hot this particular summer, so he ended up committing himself to an institution, and not just because he's mental, but because it's hot as hell. He wanted to get out of being in that car, so he was in that mental institution for a couple of weeks. He got out. Then he started calling and leaving messages and stuff saying, "Hey, I'm coming back home. You basically wasn't supposed to put me out the way you did because I established residency here. So I'm coming home." The divorce wasn't final yet. I think they had like a couple of weeks left or whatever. And she was moving. That's what it was. She was moving and she had a couple of weeks left. And she was waiting on the divorce decree. And she called the police or whatever to see what she can do because he keeps saying that he's coming. The police told her, that's your husband. He established residency here. This is a domestic thing. We really can't do too much about it. We can't keep him from coming in the house. So then the captain, I guess, ran his information, called her back and was like, he got a warrant. So if he shows up, call us and we'll arrest him for the warrant. Well, he showed up. She did what was asked of her. The police came. They arrested him.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I want to stop right then and there.
Okay.
The reason why I want to stop right then and there, again, I'm not downplaying this lady, and I'm not shooting this lady down. I'm not saying she ain't a great lady. I ain't saying she ain't a super dope individual to mess with. What I will say is, she is already. We haven't even talked about. This is her second job in law enforcement. She's already had a first job in law enforcement. So she knows police. She actually has friends in these departments that can hook her up with certain people.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make this clear to people because in these stories she mentions, my friend. One thing I will say about a woman, you ain't got to be fucking a nigga, but it is going to be a nigga like that is on the back burner that is actually going to look out for you. I think she had one of those, and she pulled that string, and that shit helped her.
So you think she did a little bit of lying herself?
I think she did a little bit of lying herself, but I'm not even faulting her for that, because I grew up in a generation where they say all good cops are ex-cops just because they know how to tote the line.
Okay, I can see that. But yeah, I mean, it is possible. It's definitely possible, because I think her first job was with the state trooper, and then she didn't disclose exactly what her current job is.
But it was in law enforcement.
But it was in law enforcement, right? So, yeah, so you are probably onto something with that.
But and I'm not mad at her for using her resources. Right. I'm not mad at her at all for that.
I just wish she would have used them resources 1.5 years prior.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, but I ain't mad at her for knowing how to use her resources now.
Yeah. Right. So, so they came and arrested him or whatever. He still had things in the house. According to the divorce decree that he signed, everything that was still left in the house was hers. So what she ended up doing, because not only was he living in this car, but this car was behind on the car note. So that's another lie. But she called the people to come repo the car, because again, she was about to move in like a day or two. So she called the people to come repo the car. They came and got it. And then she donated all his things to like the Goodwill and stuff like that, because apparently he had some really nice things. And the only thing that she kept, which she ended up giving to the brother, was a family album, a family photo album. So yeah, she got rid of everything of his, so, but yeah, apparently this man is a compulsive, repetitive liar. He's been lying since he was a kid, and his family don't fool with him because he's just a liar. He lies about everything. He lies about any and everything. And on top of that, not only is her story true, but it checks out. And other victims of his have come out. There was an ex-girlfriend and an ex-wife that have come out. And the ex-wife's son came out.
Yeah.
So, all of them, all their stories check out, And like I said, they found out who he was, and he's come out. And he's lying to us, talking about he's talking to Netflix. But this has been such a cultural phenomenon. There have been so many people that I'm friends with on Facebook that are just like, I'm on part 30. I'm on part 15. I'm on part 40. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so crazy. There's an owner of this company called I think it's called Natrium, I think that, or Nurtrium or something like that. The owner put out a video I saw earlier today, because one of the things that she really wanted to do was to go to Paris and London, and that was just like such a big place, such a big deal for her to go. And one of the things he lied about was taking her. She came out and she was like, I want to treat her to the trip. All expenses paid on me, her and her friend. She was like, I have been invested in this story. I want to treat her to a trip. So can you please send this to her so she can reach out to me? I was like, that's awesome. That's awesome. So,
yeah, she's going to Paris. She's going to London.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
and then on top of that,
going through. I'm sorry, you said what?
On top of that, the last I checked, she made like $90,000 off of these videos, which I'm sure has gone up from there. But yeah.
I mean, yeah, of course you're gonna eat off this.
Mm-hmm.
And 100% let her eat.
Yeah.
The thing that the shit that gets me is people. Some people are trying to capitalize off this. Like, now I get like the ex-wife coming through saying I don't want no parts of this and leaving it right then and there. I get the girlfriend doing that. I even get the stepson doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
Those things are 100% liable because those things are in the story. I do not like when I've seen certain things. Like I've seen certain things on Reels and on YouTube where they was like, I had my own type of legion and this is part one. Like, no, I don't give a fuck about that.
No, we're done. We are done.
Like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about it. No, we're not doing that. We're not about to typecast a bunch of fuck niggas as one nigga. Like, right. We're not about to do that. One thing about this nigga, and this is what I really want to put in perspective of, is this nigga is not diagnosed, but from the field that I work in, they keep on saying that he's a narcissist. No, he's a sociopath.
Yeah.
He's a true sociopath because he wants to live a life that he knows he can achieve. And the crazy part about it is the life that he wants to achieve is the life of his brother.
His twin.
Yeah.
His twin brother that she didn't
brother.
even know. She didn't even know he had a twin. And that's another thing. Like, I just don't understand how you just allowing this man to get away with certain things. Like, how do you not know his family? He was giving you like little droplets of family here and there, but why weren't you like, when we going to Philly to meet your family? When we going to Augusta to meet your family? Like, I understand your parents have passed on, but these brothers, these sisters that you're talking about, like one of them lived in Atlanta or Douglasville, which is Atlanta. Like, why are we not going to her house on Easter Sunday or something like that? Like, it was weird. It was weird. But yeah, that's what really stuck out to me. Especially because, like, she said that he would be on the phone with these people every day. And she found out that he was literally talking to nobody.
And so I'm glad you mentioned that because I was waiting on you to say that. This is where a lot of people are going to be mad at me. Because you have to understand, for a man to do that, people are going to say he's just methodical and he was just trying to, bait her into some shit. But that's a mental illness. If he was actually having conversations to the point where she thought it was real, that means he did too.
So you felt he got to the point where he was believing his lies.
Yeah, he was believing that shit. He was literally faking on the phone and living vicariously through his lie. Like, he literally thought that shit was real.
Yeah.
And that's just my opinion, but I really think that, like, a lot of that, because even his ex-wife son said that he was doing that shit. So yeah. I really do think he was he does have mental breaks like that, and it's trauma. And the only reason why I say it's trauma because I understand what it is to lose somebody that is close to you and still want them around. Just being transparent about certain things. when I lost my cousin, I always forever had conversations with him. Like I would always talk to him, and I would try to think of a way that, you know what I'm saying, that I knew he would answer these questions for me. Because I was the closest person I had to a friend. So I do understand. I do understand to a point how that can happen, but I wouldn't have never. I wouldn't have never outrageously lied like he did.
Yeah.
But I know
Yeah.
what I'm saying. But I still understand like some of that shit just because he was broken.
Yeah, I thought about that too because I know at one point, like when she was talking to the cousin was like, he's been this liar since he was a kid. So I'm like, what happened to make him be this person? And I think I saw somebody say something about like he didn't get the attention that he wanted or something like that. And I'm just like, well, it's a lot of people out here that don't get the attention. They don't go this extreme.
Right.
So what, like, I would really like to know. But the thing is that you can't trust anything that men say. So we would never know the truth.
Nah, because anything he's gonna tell you, even if he's telling you the truth, you're always gonna second guess it.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So it's it's a sad, unfortunate situation. Unfortunately, she's for the most part
Wow, that was a handful. It was a wild and unfortunate event that happened. Unfortunately,
yeah, all that. Because like I was telling a couple coworkers, I was just like, I really wish she was lying.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like I really wish she was lying, but she's not. And it's so unfortunate because she's pretty much given up on love. You know what I'm saying? Like she has not dated since all of this happened. We in 2024. She got divorced in 2021.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like she has trust issues. She did go to therapy at one point, but she said that she didn't really like the therapist, so she stopped. So so he says, it's a bless you. It's
thank
a
you.
deeper discussion of our community not understanding signs of mental illness. He clearly has a problem, and it was brushed off as him being a liar. Yeah,
Right,
I agree with both those statements.
right, yeah. Even as speaking on that, I will say, uh, even speaking on shit like that, like we have had, everybody has been around somebody that's just a liar, just lies like that, just
Mhm.
boom, boom, boom. Everything that come out their mouth is about to be a lie, a lie. Even if y'all did some shit together, when he talks about it or she talks about it, it's gonna be a lie.
Right.
Like we all know these type of people, and you hit it right on the nose. We sweep that shit up right under the rug. We don't even act like it's a mental problem.
Right. Right. She definitely hit the nail on the head with that one. And it's like the crazy part about it is that maybe if he would have gotten some help early on when he was a child doing this shit, maybe he would have turned out to be a better person, you know?
Yeah.
Instead of just blowing him off like, oh, that nigga lying. Whatever. Don't believe nothing he say. He a liar. You know. But it's gone on for so long that he's a lost cause at this point. Even if he were to be rehabilitated you can't trust the fact that he got rehabilitated because you don't know if it's another scheme. Like it's basically a done deal. And that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Not only is it a done deal, it's just like it's one of those things that really puts a damper on a lot of men out here. It's like because regardless of how we feel about the certain about this situation, if you feel like whatever happened to her, she not that she deserved, but she knew he was alive, and so everything after that was on her. Or if you just feel sympathetic about the situation, the whole thing in a nutshell is, man, we as men have taken a major hit, like a major hit, because now it's one of those things where if you're in the demographic of me, because that man was 42, so if you're in the demographic of me, you have to understand that the things that you say to women have to be totally 100% honest. You can't fake. You can't be all cap until the money come in. None of that old extra shit that you niggas is used to, because this shit is coming to light on some real fucked up shit. Like, that's the bad part about it. Like that's the superior bad part about dating a man that is quote unquote not established at the age that we are right now. But it's a lot of good, truck drivers, fucking niggas that hit forklifts, mailman, Ford work. It's a lot of good niggas out here. So like, and they're gonna be completely honest. They're not gonna lie to you and tell you they the VP or something. You know what I'm saying? It's like he just put he fucked up a lot of shit that's going on now. And I'm so glad I'm not in the realm of trying to figure it out after this nigga Legion.
He really did fuck it up. When I tell you I'm shook, I'm shook. I need a week. I need a week to decompress.
That's what I'm like, nigga. You know what you did? You know what you did to nigga natural labor workers that work on temp job? Any nigga that got a temp job, now every time he going out a date, he got to be completely honest. He got to be like, yeah, I was born in 1983. My mama's name is Louise. I got a brother named Sanchez. My dog's name was Tuffy. Like, you got to be completely honest right then and there.
You got to run the whole resume down, dude. You do.
That shit is wild. And it's not even, I'm talking about lower niggas. He fucked it up because he was he fake general manager and VP. Now niggas would be like, yeah, I'm VP for certain. You know how much credentials you gotta pull up for these?
Okay. Bitches? Like, I gotta come to your job and see you actually VPing some shit. Like, I know you're not just, and that's another thing. He just gonna drive her past a building and was like, yeah, we moved over there. Like, you can't, no, you're not about to drive me past UPS store.
The thing, I thought that was shit. I thought that shit was so stupid because I was just like, nigga, if you the VP, you don't even gotta call nobody.
Right.
If I'm the VP of shit, I'm not calling nobody.
Right.
All I'm doing is showing up, showing my face, and showing my badge. I'm going in.
Right. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But he fucked it up. He fucked it up so tough that it's like, no, you cannot take me past a UPS store and tell me you work in there. No, I need to see you in there behind the counter moving packages and scanning shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you gotta know how to do everything. As soon as you walk into that store, you gotta be like, "What's up, bro? Hey, move out the way real quick. Let me handle it. I got it." Boom, handle it, and then walk out the door like, "All right, I'll see y'all later." But
Right.
that's the only way motherfuckers gonna believe this shit.
Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a fucking wrap. Tully says the fortunate thing is she didn't get caught up in anything financially with him. Tinder swindler stuff is what I said. Yes, I thought that as well, because one thing that he did spare her on, which probably would have went against his lies, was that um he did not have her put her name on those offers. So her name was not going on the houses if he were to ever purchase a house. His name was not going on any of the houses. When he was supposedly gonna get her a car, her name wasn't going on the car. So yeah. So yeah, I did catch that as well. And I was like, that's a good thing, because a typical dude that be running a woman down to the ground, they will fuck your credit up. And he left her credit alone. Yeah, he left her credit alone. So if you wanna look at the bright side of that, But
I mean, it's the bright side. It's also we can't do that because you'll find out that like she had to find out after a while, like the social security number that you are giving me or that I'm giving you is fake as fuck.
yeah. And there's that.
So you know what I'm saying. It was like, he was safeguarding her. He was actually safeguarding himself because none of that shit was tied to him either.
Right. So yeah. So that's who the fuck did I marry? I would suggest it to anybody to watch it. If you want to give her the view, they're definitely on TikTok. If you don't got TikTok or don't want to watch them in small doses, people have been putting them on YouTube in bigger clips. So yeah. So that's that. I said.
I'm sorry. You said what?
What was you gonna say?
I was gonna say the last thing I would say about that is that I really want a lot of women to look at what she went through and understand what she went through was traumatic and crazy, but that was just her. That was her life. That's not y'all's. Don't. Can we quit posting about your baby daddy ain't shit and all this whole extra shit and why my baby daddy is an actual legion? Nah, none of that shit. Let's stop doing that because she is telling the story from her aspect. Your story on your aspect is totally different because you actually got kids with a nigga that you have to deal with that is a fuck nigga. She actually got to get away from him. So you and her are not the same. Can y'all stop doing that?
Yeah. I haven't seen those and I don't want to see them. So yeah. Legion's in a league of its own. So I don't think anybody compares. At least not the typical fuck boy.
Oh, you'd be surprised. The shit I've seen and the time that you have showed me these and I had to look them up and watch them all. The shit that comes up, I just be like, wow, it's so motherfuckers is trying to cash in so much out of this shit. It irks the shit out of me.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Like, none of y'all have been through what this lady has been through.
Yeah.
Which y'all still want to talk my Legion. I just seen a lady. This lady looked like she was every bit of fucking 50 plus, and she was talking about my Legion, and I'm like, no, that ain't how this works.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool on all that. No, excuse me. Legion's in a league of his own. So, but yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and skip the weekend. We're gonna do the weekend next time. So yeah, my final thought is just keep me in your prayers. That's it. So what's Jerry's final thoughts?
Jerry's final thoughts is this. As we talk about the tragic thing that happened in my town, and we talk about the tragic thing that happened to this beautiful woman in the Atlanta region. Let's understand that out of all these things, what we're seeing is each other hurt each other. We're seeing black men hurt black men. And we're seeing black men hurting black women. How do y'all think we are supposed to expand or even have like any type of leverage in this game of life if we still feuding against each other? So I guess my Jerry's final thoughts is one of those things that I always say, take care of yourself and others. Really take care of yourselves and really take care of other people. Really make sure that when we bet on black, we really bet on black. That means a lot and that says a lot. And that has nothing to do with hurting each other. It has a lot to do with building each other up. We're never going to get what we want until we realize that we don't have chains on each other anymore. And as always, take care of yourself and others.
All right. Thank you for Jerry's final thoughts. And this was episode 113. And we will see you guys on the Ish We Talk for episode 114. Bye.
Exactly.